So, good afternoon, children. Hello, children. Good afternoon. Hello. You will be surprised to see the change in the class. So, for today only, it has been arranged. This class was supposed to be taken by our respected ghost sir, but owing to some personal reason, I have changed the class. So, this class will be of your English class. So, children, as I was discussing some of the important questions from the book Flamingo, and in that connection, a good deal of interaction was made in the previous class. So, proceeding further in the same way, I'd like to repeat the last lesson. The information I had already given in WhatsApp group also. I expect these students to join quickly. So, what was unusual about M. Hamill's dress? At least 5 questions were discussed in the previous class. So, the remaining questions I'd like to do in this class. So, what was unusual about M. Hamill's dress? Children, you all know that M. Hamill had been teaching French language in that school, and students noticed him that he used to put on some special dresses on some special occasions, like his coat, his hat, and several others. So, on that very day, when Franz reached the school and could see Mr. Hamill in that particular dress, when he used to put on a special occasion, he was surprised. It was neither annual day, nor inspection day, nor prize distribution day. These are the occasions when M. Hamill used to put on a special dress. But this time, it was none of the occasions as I mentioned. Still he was wearing that particular dress. So it was a matter of surprise for Frank. But you know, it was of course the very special day. But ironically, it was a sad day for the students, particularly Frank and the villagers, and for M. Hamill also, because this was the last lesson. Mr. Hamill was not going to teach his mother tongue again, you know, because France was overpowered by Germany. It was subjugated by Germany. Understand? And the order from Berlin came that in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine, only German language will be taught. Children, you know the region. Yesterday I also explained that whenever a country is overpowered or subjugated, made slave, the ruling country imposes its own language. It has several regions. Of course, the Britishers came in India, they also imposed English. It is from administrative point of view. The better is the communication, greater is the process of administration. For a better and a smooth administration, it is important for any country to have a better way of communication. And if majority of the people communicate in their language, in the language of the administrators, the task of administration will become easier for them. That's why any country, history is the example, any country who subjugates any other country, the first thing it does, it imposes its own language for a better communication. So in the same way, when France was subjugated by Germany, so the first thing it did, that French, their mother tongue, will not be taught in this school. Rather, German language will be taught. Means French was going to be replaced by German language. Understand? So this was the reason. And since M. Hamel was teaching the last lesson, so he was trying to highlight the importance of language, and that's why he wanted to give the best of his exposure regarding the language. That's why he was in that very days. Next, why is the order from Berlin called a thunderclap by French? Of course, the news or the information that only German language will be taught in the schools of France was a bolt from the blue to the whole nation, France. Thunderclap or thunderbird, whatever, means it was also from this point of view that Franz was a kind of a student who never paid any attention towards his study, who was never serious about learning his mother tongue, French. And when he heard the news that from tomorrow French language, his mother tongue, will no longer be taught in the school, then it was a shocking news for him, because he will be deprived of learning his own mother tongue. He would also have a kind of remorse and repentance for not paying proper attention towards learning the language, as he was always casual, not serious about this language. That's why. So, sense of remorse, repentance, and sense of loss of opportunity of learning the mother tongue, because from tomorrow that language is not going to be taught. That's why. Why were the villagers sitting in the classroom? Any student? Anybody? Actually, this question was also explained in the previous class a little bit. The hint was given. Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me that why were the villagers sitting in the classroom? Children, while going through the story, you might have read that the moment Franz reached the class, he had a number of surprises, like cool and calm situation despite being Sunday, the teacher having his specific dress which he used to wear on special occasions, not rebuking and reprimanding by the teacher, as he was a very strict person, hard taskmaster and disciplinarian. These were the surprises. But among the surprises, the biggest surprise, he could notice that, he could feel that apart from the students, the elderly people of the village were also sitting in the class. Understand? So this is the question. So why were the villagers sitting in the classroom? So the elderly villagers were also sitting in the classroom. They had thronged the class, sitting at the back of the class. What was the reason? When students were present, it is expected that it is a natural phenomena. They have come to learn, to attend the class. But what about the people, elderly people, old people, all kinds of people? Of course, they were not the students. They were also sitting in the class. Why? Any student? Children, I expect a good deal of interaction with you people. The more you interact, the more you will learn. Can anyone tell me the presence of villagers inside the classroom while Mr. Hamel was teaching his last lesson? Anybody? Yes? Can anybody tell me? Let me see. So, as you know that Mr. Hamel had been teaching in that school since the last 40 years. He had served that village school for the last, since the last 40 years, and now it was the last day, it was the last lesson he was teaching. So the villagers were present to show their respect and love towards Mr. Hamel for the services he rendered to the school and particularly the village by teaching the students and the children of that village. Understand? So their presence was the sign of respect towards Mr. Hamel. That is the reason. The presence of the villagers inside the classroom in the last lesson was a sign of respect and love of villagers towards Mr. Hamel, who had served the school for 40 years. That's why everybody was undergoing a kind of feeling that a great opportunity they were going to lose. As the precious thing in the world, the mother tongue or any person is one of the precious things in the world, and they were going to lose that. They were going to lose that opportunity. That because from tomorrow, French was going to be replaced by German. That's right. Now, what shows M. Hamel's love for the French language? That's a very important question. Throughout the story, you might have seen. Can you remember some of the statements by M. Hamel? And if you go through that statement, you can easily find what? The love for Mr. Hamel's love for French language. Yes, think for. I'm giving you 1 minute to think of and tell me. Okay? Yes, of course he was speaking so many things. He was teaching in the way as if he was trying to pour everything he knew. But apart from that, time and again, at regular interval in the classroom, he was trying to highlight the beauty of language, beauty of the mother tongue, French. Yes, he was trying to highlight it. by saying that this is the most beautiful language of the world, this is the most lovable, most logical language of the world. Several attributes he could use for this French language. But the most important thing, what signifies most, that underlines the utmost importance of the mother tongue French, according to M. Hamel, is as long as people hold of their language as if they have the prison to the, they have the key to their prison. Means he wanted to make them alert, he wanted to make them aware of the fact that if a country forgets or neglects its mother tongue, the country becomes slave. But as long as they stick to their language, they have hold over their language, they love their language, means they have the key to their prison. What is the specific meaning, underneath meaning? Actually, Mr. Hamel was a far-sighted teacher. He could very well understand that the country was going to be slave of Germany. But all the people, the countrymen have a proper communication. Anytime they can come out of this slavery. We try to understand the hidden meaning inside Mr. Hamel's statement. As long as you have hold over your language, as if you have key to the prison, means if the countrymen forget their mother tongue, means they will lose the power of communication. And if the communication is lost, it will be very, very difficult for them to reorganize themselves, to get back their freedom. So in order to get, no matter the country is enslaved now, but if they have the power of communication, any moment they can reorganize themselves and get back their freedom. So this was the hint, this was the indication through the importance of language Mr. Hamel was trying to teach. That's why Mr. Hamel was trying to point out, time and again at regular interval, he was trying to highlight the fact that one must stick to one's mother tongue in any situation. And that's why I said the most beautiful language, the most logical language, and this language will be the key to the prison. Through the key, the lock of the prison may be unlocked, be opened. In the same way, if the countrymen have the power of communication, any moment they can get back their freedom. That's why he was trying to, because the duty of a teacher is not only to teach a particular subject, the duty of a teacher is also to transfer the vision towards their country, so that in future the country may be strengthened by those feelings. And the same Mr. Hamel was doing through this. So what shows Mr. Hamel's love? So these statements made by Mr. Hamel, calling the French language the most beautiful language, calling this language to the most beautiful language, calling this mother tongue as a key to the prison, this shows Mr. Hamel's immense love and affection, emotional attachment towards his language, that is French. What made M. Hamel cry towards end of the class? What made M. Hamel cry? Children, are you able to listen to me? Hello? Am I audible to you? Hello? So, What made Mr. Hamel cry towards the end of the class? Towards the end of the class, actually M. Hamel got emotional. Got emotional. The reason is he was going to be away from the school where he worked for 40 years. He was going away from the people he was surrounded by for a pretty long time. He was going to be away from his dear students, dear children, whom he was teaching every day. He was going to be away from the villagers from whom he got a lot of love and respect. And the most important thing, he was going to be deprived of teaching his mother tongue. Teaching the mother tongue as if serving the nation. Service towards nation may be done in many ways. And this is one of the ways, the best way. If somebody educates the children, this is the greatest service he or she can do. Every citizen has the opportunity to serve the country in the best of their capacity, in any capacity he or she is and where he or she is. So by teaching the students their mother tongue, Mr. Hamel was serving his nation in the best way. And he was going to lose that opportunity forever. Because from tomorrow, French language will not be taught as the order came from Berlin. Understand? That's why. So he was going to be cut off from all such things I have just mentioned. That's why such things made Mr. Hamel cry. Anything, children, anything you need to ask? Yes? Anything you need to ask? Several other things are there in this story, and I hope if you take care of at least 10 questions, it will cover almost all the chapters. And any question comes from anywhere, we'll be able to write the answer. So, one more expression. In the story, at some place, Mr. Hamel asks, will they make the pigeons sing in German? Very important expression. Will they make the pigeons sing in German? Means, of course, French language will be replaced by German language, but will the German teachers make the pigeons sing? What actually it means? Suppose this line is given, this expression is given, or explanation. Means, what actually this expression means? Will they make the pigeons sing? Actually, it means that they cannot make our true feelings come out of us in any other language. Children, you all know that mother tongue is the tongue that has the capacity for the best expression. We can express our feelings in the best possible way in the only language that is our mother tongue. Any other language, when we learn, when we grow, that is the second language. And the second language comes from mind, but the mother tongue comes from heart. And logic is related to mind, feelings are related to heart. So when the expression of feeling is concerned, as far as the expressions of feelings are concerned, they come from heart, and no other language, particularly the imposed language or the language when we learn as second language doesn't have the capacity for the best expression of our feelings. The deepest grief or the greatest joy and happiness both come from our heart, not from the mind. That's why when the writer says, will they make the pigeons sing in German? Means in our situation, in our surroundings, people can understand only French. Even you take for example, of course we learn English, we speak English, we teach English, but what is there in our blood? Hindi, our mother tongue. And the best expression will always come in Hindi because it is our mother tongue. English is the second language that comes from our mind. I'm talking about our locality. Similar is the case with everybody, whether we were Germany, America, Russia, Japan, anybody. The best feelings will be expressed in the mother tongue itself. Mother tongue itself. So, the reason or the meaning behind this expression is that though French language will be uh, replaced by German language, but the German teachers will not be able to bring out the true feelings and expressions of the French, the people of France, in the best way in their own language. Understand? So this is the meaning. Anything, children? I'm trying to highlight everything, but if you have your own question, please put forth. Yes, do it. And the last question is also relevant, that though Mr. Hamel was a very hard taskmaster, he was a very strict person, as it is expressed from the Frank's apprehension. He was afraid of going to the class, going to school because he was already late, and he was afraid that Mr. Hamel will reprimand him, rebuke him. But why didn't M. Hamel chide Frank on the last day of his school? Why didn't M. Hamel chide Frank on the last day of his school. Yes, quite interesting. Had there not been the last lesson, or had there not be any situation of going away Mr. Hamel forever, had there not been that last lesson, Franz certainly would have been chided, reprimanded, or rebuked by M. Hamel. But on that very day, despite being late, he was gently treated by M. Hamel. Do you remember the expression when he said, "Little Franz, dear Franz, we were starting even without you"? It was a contrary belief. It was contrary to his belief. Franz was 100% sure that today he will be chided, he will be reprimanded, admonished, rebuked by the teacher. But contrary to his apprehension, he was not chided. Rather, he was treated very softly. He was treated very gently by M. Hamel. Can you explain the reason why? That way of treatment was not expected from a teacher like M. Hamel. He used to punish the students when they were at fault. But on that very day, there was a change situation. Instead of chiding him or punishing him, he treated him very gently, very softly, and saying that we were starting without you. What does it show? Actually, it shows the softness of M. Hamel towards his student, with the mingled feelings, the sense of loss. No matter Franz was late, but he was going to lose Franz forever. He was going to be away from Franz forever, as he was going to be away from the school forever, because this was the last lesson. No matter he was late, but on that very day, M. Hamel was emotionally charged. He was not a kind of teacher usually he appeared to be. He was a different kind of teacher there on that very day. The teacher who was emotionally charged, undergoing a sense of loss, because he was going to be deprived of teaching the mother tongue. He was going to be deprived of teaching those students. He was going to be deprived to continue as a teacher there, teaching French. So all such feelings incorporated together made Mr. Hamel restrict himself from chiding the student friend. Rather, he treated him very gently, very softly. Understand? So this is the reason. So hope you have got the whole and soul idea about the chapter. A number of questions, a variety of questions were discussed, and now I can expect that you all learn it properly. But my suggestion is that go through it once again. Go through it once again. Just go through the text at least thrice. Unless and until you go through the text, you won't be able to understand it. So self-study is also very important. After attending the class, you must go through it. This is my personal suggestion. Okay. Any question I can expect? Any question from the students? The time is running short, only a few seconds are left. Anything to ask? If you have, you can ask, children.